I lust after Leica. The allure of Leica is dragging me in. I want one. But do I need one? The simple answer is no, and let me explain why. This is one of my favourite photography books, and I would wager that a good percentage of the images in this book were taken on Leicas. Some of the world's greatest street and documentary photographers used Leicas all their lives. Even some of the world's best photographers today still use Leica. And I'll be honest with you, I lust after a Leica. I desire the M system. I really want to get a Q camera, and I have done for years. But deep down, I know Leica is a lie. The red dot allure is real, but that beautiful piece of German engineering is not going to change my life, and it's not going to change my photography. The simple fact is that if I was to buy into the M system, I could buy a very good used car for the same price. If I was to buy into the Q system, I would still get a very good small hatchback, second-hand, for the same price as a camera. That's madness for a limitation that the Q series camera has, i.e. that single lens. Now there's no denying the allure of a Leica. German engineering, its absolute finest. Pick it up, the tactile feel of it, the way it feels in your hand, the body, the craftsmanship that's gone into that camera is absolutely sublime. But quite honestly, I couldn't afford one right now, and that's a really good thing. When the Leica allure bug hits you, you need to ask yourself one simple question. Will it make you a better photographer? And the truth is, probably not. And even if we look at the amazing image quality that is purported to come out of Leica cameras, is it any better than high-end Canon, Nikon or Sony cameras? The Q3 has a 61 megapixel sensor. My Sony Alpha 7R5 has a 61 megapixel sensor. Is the image quality so dramatically different that I would pay more for a compact camera with a fixed lens than a mirrorless interchangeable lens camera with all the system lenses that I can buy for less than a price of a Q3? The answer is no. Modern sensors are as good, if not better, than most Leica sensors. The image quality out of a Leica comes from the lenses, not the sensor. Those lenses are absolutely fantastic. And that's why 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old Leica lenses command such ridiculous second-hand prices. That Leica look comes from the lens, not the sensor. But it also comes from the person behind the camera. A Leica camera will not be a good camera unless the photographer behind it is a good camera. And if you haven't really reached the pinnacle of your photographic journey, then a Leica is not going to improve your photography in any way. A while ago, I released a video called Sony Has No Soul. It caused a bit of an upstart because I talked about my Sony camera having no soul, but the fact is no camera has a soul. A Leica doesn't have a soul, nor does a Leica lens or any lens. The simple fact is that the soul is the person behind that camera taking that image. The very best images are created by the people behind the camera, not the tool itself. And that brings me on to another point. I see two types of Leica photography, particularly on social media. Threads is absolutely full of Leica photographers. The first is the real Leica photographer. These are experienced pros, really good enthusiast photographers that have bought into the Leica system because they know what they're doing. They know that it's a tool. They become one with the camera. And there's no doubting that the Leica experience is one that makes you want to shoot more. And as an experienced photographer, you really do become one with your camera. And they will go out and they will take absolutely incredible pictures. They will post them on social media and you'll look at them and go, wow, that's really impressive. That's what a Leica can do. And that's what draws you into that red dot allure. But there's a second and I think more common type of Leica photographer, particularly on social media. And that's the one that posts pictures of their Leica and not pictures from their Leica. And you see this a lot. Pictures of a Leica in a cafe with a cappuccino. Pictures of a Leica hanging round the neck on a $300 strap in a beautiful city. but you never see images from the camera. For a good percentage of people, Leica is a Breitling. It's a fashion accessory that hangs around the neck and is occasionally pulled up the eye to draw people to you, not your photographic abilities. And that, as I said, is not to denigrate those really, really good Leica photographers. But the simple fact is, Leica has become a luxury brand, not an iconic camera. A Leica won't make you a better photographer. For starters, there's the learning curve. If you've ever picked up any rangefinder camera, you will know how difficult it is to shoot with. Focusing even on the very best Leicas requires time and experience. Picking up a Leica as a mid-level learning photographer will not improve your photography. It might slow you down, which is a good thing, but it won't make you instantly a better photographer. Where Leica does make you a better photographer is in the intent. If you are genuinely a good photographer and you've bought a Leica, then you have the intent to take good photos. You will learn the ins and outs of that Leica camera and you will become a more accomplished photographer. You will become one with that camera and you will take really striking images. But that takes time, it takes experience, and it takes bonding with that Leica camera. It also takes intent to take an image that you envisioned well before you press the shutter button. So the simple fact is that Leica is an alluring camera. It is for me, it is for many people. That red dot, that beautiful piece of German engineering is so tempting. But you really need to be happy with the gear you already have. If you can't take good pictures with the gear you have, buying a $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 camera will not make your images better. That doesn't stop me wanting one. The allure of the Q system, of the M system is strong. I am so tempted to buy a second-hand Q2. It won't make me a better photographer. In fact, it will make me a poorer photographer financially. But that allure is still there. For the moment, I'm keeping it at bay. Perhaps in the future, if I have a little bit more money, I might get one. But for now, the red dot is a long way away. So do you have a Leica? What are your feelings on the Leica brand? Has it gone from iconic camera to luxury brand? Or is it still the tool that we all desire to use? Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, a like would be fantastic. A subscription would be even better. And I'll see you in the next one.